for some reason, I think as pastors, we've gotten in our minds that like we have to present a certain way. Like we have to pretend that we
Sure.
have it all together, right? That we're the ones who God has called, that God has placed in that position, and we have to care for our people. And we almost get like that Messiah complex going on, right? Of like we have to perform or appear a certain way. And I think whether a pastor wants to admit it or not, there's always some sort of like performance that we are attempting to present in what we do. Like we want to appear a certain way, we want to present a certain way, we want to be received a certain way. And I think if pastors are honest with themselves, like if we're not received a certain way or perceived a certain way, it can be devastating.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question that we are paid to produce.
Mhm,
Okay. Um, and that's one of the difficult things about this authentic pastor
mhm,
project. You know, I was talking to a friend. Um, it's going to be on the podcast here in a couple weeks. That when you try to get people to be authentic and talk about the real struggles of life, and then exacerbate those with the role of a pastor, which
mhm.
adds other layers and unique qualities. You're really trying to get someone to publicly stand up and admit they have hemorrhoids, right? And then
Yeah.
you're trying to sell them hemorrhoid cream
Mhm.
to relieve their itch
Yeah.
and get rid of the discomfort. So you're trying to sell preparation to H to people who won't admit that they have a problem, which I think is the same as, say, the same. I'll be careful with that. I want to just synchronize these, but whether it be authenticity, mental health, all of that flies in the face of the role of a pastor to perform and produce. And it's not because we're necessarily disingenuous, but that's what people want.
Yeah.
And it's not healthy.
No, not at all.
It's not healthy for the body of Christ at all. And it's certainly not healthy for the leadership of the body of Christ. No wonder we're dealing with burnout and depression and anxiety and suicide, which those numbers, I mean, we talked about next gen, but those numbers are just growing crazy out of control.
Yeah.
And for people because they don't know where to turn.